Hello, everyone. This is our last section in Unit 3, and today we're talking about developing a coordinate geometry proof. So the steps we should always follow is we should plot the points and draw the figure and label it, state the formulas you will be using, show all your work, and have a concluding sentence stating what you have proven and why it's true, usually a theorem or definition. Remember that problems asking you to prove or show are asking for a proof, and your response should be detailed. So here are our formulas reminding us slope is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, midpoint, and then the distance formula. So our first problem, we're given this triangle, and I want you to show that it's a right triangle. So I want you to first plot the points. So pause and plot the points now. So I plotted those points. Now I want to show it's a right triangle. So to show that it's a right triangle, I want to show that this right here is a right angle. Well, the way I can do that is I'm going to show that AB is perpendicular to AC. And to show they're perpendicular, I want to show either that I have negative reciprocal slopes or that I have a slope of 0 and an undefined slope, because these are also always perpendicular. So to do that, I'm going to find the slope. So slope is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And I'm going to do that first for AB. So when I do that first for AB, my y's are 6 minus 6 over 0 minus 6, which gives me 0 over negative 6, which is 0. When 0 is in the numerator, it equals 0. Now I'm going to do the same thing for AC. So AC is 6 minus negative 6 over 0 minus 0. So that's 12 over 0. When 0 is in the denominator, it's undefined. So now I write my conclusion, which is that triangle ABC is a right triangle because AB is perpendicular to AC. It has a 0 slope and an undefined slope. Okay, now we're going to do number 2. So for number 2, again, I want you to pause and I want you to plot the points. Okay, so I started by plotting my triangle. So there's DEF. Now I want to show it's isosceles. So if it's isosceles, that means two sides are equal. So the two sides that look equal to me are DE and EF. So to show that this is isosceles, I'm going to show DE equals DF. Well, how I can show lines are equal is using the distance formula. So D equals the square root of x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. And I want to do that for DE and EF. So for DE, I'm going to do the square root of negative 3 minus 3 squared plus 0 minus 3 squared. And I do that on my calculator. Which is 6.708203932. Now I'm going to do the same thing for EF. So for EF, I have 3 minus 0 squared plus 3 minus negative 3 squared. Which again, when I do that on my calculator, I 6.0 or 6.708203932. So I know DE equals EF. Therefore, DEF is isosceles. Oops, I spelled isosceles wrong. Isosceles, two sides equal. So now I want you to pause and I want you to do the first two steps of number 3. So I want you to plot them all. I want you to find the midpoints of X, Z, and Y, Z, and label them A, B. Okay, so hopefully you paused and did this. So I plotted my triangle, X, Y, Z, and then I found the midpoint of X, Y, which I named A by doing the midpoint formula. So I did -2 plus 2 over 2, 6 plus 4 over 2, and I got the 0.05, which I plotted as A. I then found the midpoint of YZ by doing 2 plus -6 over 2, comma 4 plus -8 over 2, which gave me -2, -2, which is B. Now I want to show that AB is parallel to XY. But what I know about parallel lines is parallel lines have the same slope. So what I want to do is I want to find the slope of both of these. So I'm going to find the slope by doing y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And I want to do the slope of xy. So the slope of xy is 6 minus 4 over -2 minus 2, which gives me 2 over -4, which is -1/2. I then want to find the slope of AB. So the slope of AB, I'm going to do 5 minus -2 over 0 minus -2, which gives me 7 over 2, which I have a mistake. I see my mistake. So it's in the typed. I don't want to show AB as parallel to XY, because if we look at the diagram, it is not parallel to XY. I want to show AB as parallel to XZ. So let's fix that typo. It should be XZ. And then we don't need to find the slope of XY. We need to find the slope of XZ, because AB is not parallel to XY. You can see that they cross. Parallel means two lines that never cross. So the slope of AB I need, which is 7 over 2. But now I'm going to find the slope of XZ. So when I'm doing the slope of XZ, that's going to be 6 minus -8 over -2 minus -6. So that's plus minus and minus is a plus. So that's 14 over 4, which reduces to be 7/2. So there we go. So now I do know that XZ is parallel to AB because they have the same slope. Okay, and we're going to leave off there. We're going to work on number 4 and 5 in class tomorrow. If you have any questions, please bring them to class tomorrow.